Think Ukraine wasn't a proxy war all along, using Ukraine till the last Ukrainian? This is exactly what's going on here. So instead of drilling in the United States, the Biden administration will use our 51st state, called Ukraine, to do our bidding. It's unbelievable. Of course, totally believable if you have a brain and you understand how the United States operates. We destabilize your country, install our own puppet government, and then take over your industrial base with our own companies.
So before I give you my take on this ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine, I want you guys to watch this video. And while you watch, please leave us your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. So, watch.
We knew this was coming. We told you it was going to happen. Ukraine would be totally destroyed, and the United States would then use the leftover land for its resources. And last night, we got our clearest indication that that is the case. So here's the breaking news. Reuters now reporting that Ukrainian state energy officials are now holding secret talks with Exxon, Halliburton, Chevron about opening up Ukrainian oil and gas fields to American companies. Are you paying attention to what's happening here? The United States will use Ukraine to extract oil and gas. Think Ukraine wasn't a proxy war all along, using Ukraine till the last Ukrainian? This is exactly what's going on here. So instead of drilling in the United States, the Biden administration will use our 51st state, called Ukraine, to do our bidding. It's unbelievable. Of course, totally believable if you have a brain and you understand how the United States operates. We destabilize your country, install our own puppet government, and then take over your industrial base with our own companies. So of course, this was always going to happen. Last week, even Citibank executives let it slip on stage, admitting that they have billions of dollars ready to deploy in Ukraine.
Which is certainly going to address many of the issues we've been talking about for years that might have kept people from putting long-term capital into Ukraine. So I think that you said at the very beginning, Secretary, that we have to win this war. We have to get this resolved.
So they're just chomping at the bit, ready to go. Meanwhile, what Putin and China are doing is even bigger than anyone reported before. And the West is in massive trouble, and it will affect all of us, from food prices to the dollars in our bank accounts and how we even heat our homes. We're seeing food shortages on the rise once again. I'll show you those numbers in a moment. So this is big. We're learning a lot of new details this week over what agreements Russia and China just put in place a few weeks ago when Xi Jinping was in Moscow.
It's always about the oil. Always about the oil. Never about the people. You know, when they came to Libya, when America, under the leadership of Barack Obama and NATO, invaded Libya and took out Muammar Gaddafi, they told us that they came to liberate the local Libyans, that they have realized that Muammar Gaddafi was a very, very terrible dude and needed to be taken out. That was what they told us. But was that really the reason? Because let me remind you, right? Gaddafi was there for 30 plus years, if I'm not mistaken, 40 years. They did not take him out. They let him stay. And no matter how bad he was governing, or no matter how bad he was treating his people, they didn't do anything. But when he said that he wanted to start selling oil with gold and not dollar, that was the red line. That was a no-no. That was his greatest mistake. And what happened next? NATO came in, and what did they do? They took him out. Simple. And the toothless AU stood there and watched. What could they have done anyway? It's not like they have any backbone. They stood there and they watched Libya being destroyed. Libya back there was far more better than Libya now. And that is what is going on in Ukraine. I don't understand if Zelensky is seeing all this. I don't understand. Because before all is said and done, Ukraine will be in ruins. Ukraine will be in a very, very terrible state. It's all about the oil. It's all about the dinosaur juice. Nothing more, nothing less. And the earlier we all wake up to that, the better. Ask yourself, which country has America invaded and then the country was better? Look through the Middle East. All the countries they have invaded are in worse situations than they were before the invasion. That only goes to tell you that when they come in, everything will go bad. So my hope and wish is that the people of Ukraine realize that this is not going to end anytime soon. And the longer this drags on, the more money the military-industrial complex make. They love it when this is dragging on. Because let's face it, what's the point of having ammunition if you're not going to use them? What's the point, right? When you make those things, you have to use them. So one way or the other, you must create a means to use them. They are happy when this is going on. Syria, Libya, Yemen, Iraq, what's another place? Afghanistan, you name it. It's very, very sad. It's really, really sad. And they sit back there with their moral high grounds and they say, we support Ukraine. We want to make sure that Ukraine defeat Russia. We want to make sure that Ukraine can stand tall in the international scene. We want to make sure that Ukraine gets a place on the table. That's what they say. Why they sell billions upon billions worth of killer equipment to Ukraine. But you guys out there, what is your overall perception of America? Do you think that Ukraine is just a proxy between America and Russia? And if that were to be the case, don't you think that by now the Ukrainians would have realized that they are being played, they are being used as proxy, and therefore seek for peace? Share your thoughts and opinions with us in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. And also, please don't forget to like this video, share this video, follow our Facebook page, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel, because little bit of good way, like the one you have just done, help us a lot, and we shall forever be grateful to you. So thank you very much for doing just that. And like always, see you in the next one.